I have a question that's a little bit left field, and it's to do with motivation, because I imagine this wouldn't have been an issue as much for you, but a lot of athletes do struggle with sustained motivation when the training programs can feel repetitive day in, day out, especially for long endurance sports. Yet you were doing very similar training programs, just a lot of long, slow running for decades on end. So what do you think about that?
It's a weird one. I think it's a funny story. Julian Spence, Moose, lives in Ballarat and owns a running store here, and has been doing a bit of running with us over the last few years. And he said to me, I was on a Tuesday night when you didn't do fartlek, what other sessions did you do? Anyway, we're sort of running along, and a bit of silence for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. And I looked at him and I said, well, half fartlek if I was leading into a race, but otherwise I just did fartlek on a Tuesday night. I never did anything else. Yeah. So it was completely boring. I ran long runs Sunday, a couple of runs, and then a couple of runs every day, and I'd run my fartlek Tuesday, track work Thursday, and hills on Saturday, and lock it in. And if I was leading into a race, I'd reduce that a bit and freshen up half it. That was it. And I did that every week for 15 years. But what I did, I just knew that was the training, that I enjoyed the running and, having a pack, and just enjoyed the company. And I still, 4:30 of the night now, I just don't, I can't cook, I can't do anything, because it's my running time. Even if I'm not running, it's my running time. And that just became my life. And for me, it was just lock it in. I loved the training. I backed it in because I knew that training, when I then turned up at an important race where I wanted to get a result, it was going to happen. So my motivation was the big races that I had. And every 3 or 4, I never went a few months without having a big race to focus on, because that was the motivation to keep me going. And I can tell you right now, and I tell the story, if I said to you, you're going to Tokyo in July, you jump out of bed tomorrow morning, I tell you. So it's having the goal event. And, I'm coaching now. I'm struggling to keep my group motivated because it's hard to lock in races now. We're in lockdown here in Victoria, and it's just difficult to just see, to say, I love being planned and say, righto, what I'm going to do, we're going to go to Great Ocean Road. And then I kind of go, well, I hope. I'm not actually sure whether we'll get there or not. And I'm finding it really difficult just to, that uncertainty is making training difficult, because you don't have that goal race to focus on and to work to. I used to I'd be counting the days. I'd get up in the morning and go, it's only 76 days until the Olympic marathon or whatever. And that was really great motivation for me. So interesting. You have to be self-motivated. Now, I was self-motivated. You've heard a couple of stories about what I did. You probably know the airport story of me, on running at the airport late at night so I didn't miss a day. I had all of these little tricks that I did. My family hates me because, I say I'm focused. They say I'm anal. I don't think that's a compliment, but you don't have to live with me. But, I'm a very stubborn, focused person. So I had my own little tricks that made me, kept me focused and kept me motivated. We've all got those. You've got to just make sure that they are harnessed the right way so that they get you to this goal event that you want to produce a result at. And this is not just in running or in triathlon. This is in life in general. You work out your attributes, you work out what you're strong at, and then you put the physical components of that together along the way with this mental strength to know you've got this motivational desire to achieve a result. And that's exactly what I did.
It's great because the story you've told of doing the same sessions repeatedly, we try to overcomplicate things in the world today, I think, by trying to reinvent something that's too complicated, whereas, you've simply laid it out here that it's endurance run, it's some intensity, it's some racing. And if you consistently do that, you are going to end up with a really good result.